And a big new development in Fort Bend County when it comes to the historic case of the Sugar Land 95, the remains of slaves found at a school construction site. Well, today, county and school leaders are celebrating a new law that allows the county to operate and maintain a cemetery. Governor Abbott signed the law last week. Remember, it was just about a year and a half ago when backhoe operators unearthed human remains. Eventually, 95 sets of bones were discovered at the unmarked cemetery. It's believed those remains belong to black prisoners, among them former slaves who were forced to do hard labor for plantations and railroad companies. Plans now underway to return those remains to where they were found.